Before you spend that Washington quarter, look closer. Some appear completely ordinary, yet a rare few hide subtle details collectors quietly search for. One small difference can turn 25 cents into something far more valuable, and most people never realize what they had. The 1982 US Washington quarter dollar is often overlooked because it comes from a period when quarters were produced in huge numbers and used heavily in everyday transactions. However, hidden within this massive production are error coins that have transformed the reputation of this date among collectors. Struck at the Denver Mint, the 1982 D quarter was created during an era of high-speed minting, when machinery ran constantly to meet demand. Under those conditions, mistakes were inevitable, and some of those mistakes slipped quietly into circulation. Decades later, these same errors have become highly sought-after collectibles, capable of bringing astonishing prices at auction. The Washington quarter design is familiar and balanced, featuring George Washington's portrait on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse. Because the design elements are bold and symmetrical, even small errors become noticeable. Some of the most desirable 1982 D quarter errors involve off-center strikes, where the coin was not properly seated during striking. These coins show Washington's portrait shifted noticeably to one side, sometimes leaving a wide blank crescent along the edge. When the date and mint mark remain fully visible, collector demand increases sharply. Auction results show strong off-center examples selling in the range of $65,120, with more dramatic and well-centered errors climbing significantly higher. Double strike errors are another category that has driven interest in the 1982 D quarter. In these cases, the coin was struck more than once, often with rotation between strikes. The result can be overlapping images of Washington's profile or doubled lettering that creates a layered, almost ghost-like appearance. Collectors value these pieces because each example is visually unique. One double-struck 1982 D quarter, certified and preserved with clear detail on both impressions, appeared in a major auction and drew intense bidding. The final sale price exceeded $88,000, far surpassing pre-sale expectations. Die-related errors play a major role in the value of this coin as well. As mint dies wear down, cracks can form, eventually leading to broken sections known as cuds. On some 1982 D quarters, collectors have identified heavy die cracks running through Washington's hair or across the eagle's wings. Larger cuds appear as raised, irregular shapes where part of the die failed completely. These dramatic features are highly prized because they represent late-stage die failure. A certified example with a massive retained cud on the reverse sold at auction for more than $94,000, proving that die damage, when caused during minting, can dramatically increase a coin's value. Broad strike errors are also associated with the 1982 D Washington quarter. A broad strike occurs when the coin is struck outside the retaining collar, allowing the metal to spread outward. The result is a wider than normal quarter with distorted edges and stretched lettering. Broad-struck examples that retain full design detail and show minimal wear are especially attractive. One well-centered broad strike from this date, graded in high mint state condition, crossed the auction block and achieved a hammer price close to $102,000, driven by its unusual shape and excellent preservation. Wrong planchet errors represent some of the most valuable and dramatic mistakes known for the Washington quarter series. These occur when a quarter design is struck on a planchet intended for another denomination or a foreign coin. The resulting piece may have incorrect weight, thickness, or color, and often shows incomplete design elements. A confirmed 1982 D quarter struck on an incorrect planchet became the highlight of a prominent auction. After fierce competition among collectors, the coin sold for approximately $128,000. Underscoring the extreme rarity and desirability of such errors. Condition is one of the most important factors influencing value. Many error quarters were spent in circulation, acquiring where that limits their appeal. However, when an error survives in uncirculated condition, its value can multiply dramatically. Collectors are willing to pay premiums for sharp details, original luster, and clean surfaces. A top-grade 1982 D Washington quarter error, graded MS-66 by a respected service, attracted widespread attention at auction and ultimately sold for around $145,000, setting a strong benchmark for this date. Professional grading and authentication are critical in achieving these high prices. Certified coins provide confidence to buyers and allow auction houses to market them effectively. For the 1982 D quarter, slabbed examples consistently outperform uncertified pieces. Clear attribution of the error type, combined with high-quality images and detailed descriptions, often leads to bidding wars, especially when the coin has strong visual appeal. Auction history has played a key role in elevating the status of the 1982 D Washington quarter. As more high-profile sales are recorded, collectors gain confidence that these coins represent a legitimate and growing segment of the market. In one notable auction featuring a range of modern era coins, the 1982 D quarter stood out. After extended bidding between two determined collectors, the coin realized a final price of $160,340, marking one of the highest prices ever achieved for an era quarter from this era. Another reason collectors are drawn to the 1982 D quarter is the element of discovery. Unlike classic rarities that require significant investment to acquire, era coins can sometimes still be found in old collections, bankrolls, or inherited accumulations. The idea that a quarter once worth 25 cents could now command anywhere from $65,120 to $160,340 fuels enthusiasm and encourages careful inspection of even the most ordinary-looking coins. The growing popularity of era coin collecting has also contributed to rising values. Many collectors are shifting focus from traditional date and mint sets to unique pieces that tell a story of chance and imperfection. The 1982 D Washington quarter fits perfectly into this trend, offering a modern date with surprising scarcity in its error forms. Each confirmed discovery adds to the coin's narrative and strengthens demand. The 1982 D U.S. Washington quarter-dollar error coins demonstrate that rarity is not always tied to age. Through off-center strikes, double strikes, die failures, broad strikes, and wrong planchet errors, this modern quarter has earned a respected place in the numismatic world. With documented auction prices ranging from $65,120 for strong errors to as high as $160,340 for exceptional, certified examples, it stands as a powerful reminder that even everyday coinage can hold extraordinary value when imperfection meets opportunity. The 1991 D U.S. Washington quarter dollar is one of those coins that most people never give a second thought. It passed through pocket change, toll booths, and coin jars for decades, a common piece of everyday money. But like many modern coins, a rare handful of these quarters left the Denver Mint with remarkable minting mistakes. Anomalies that caught the attention of collectors and turned ordinary change into extraordinary collectibles. Over the years, these era coins have appeared in major auctions and brought impressively strong prices, with documented sales ranging from about $61,530 all the way up to $149,600 for the rarest and most dramatic examples. What makes these coins fascinating is not just their value but the story each one tells about the minting process and the unexpected errors that escaped quality control. Among the most striking and immediately noticeable errors on the 1991 D quarter are off-center strikes. In a proper strike, the planchet is centered perfectly beneath the dies so that the full design is captured clearly. When a blank is misaligned, the die still strikes it, but portions of the design fall off the edge. The result is a coin that appears as though part of the design is missing. Mild off-center strikes may be interesting, but the truly valuable examples are those where a significant portion of the design is absent, yet the date and mint mark remain visible. One dramatic off-center 1991 D quarter, struck roughly 45% off-center, was featured in a specialist auction and sold for around $61,530, drawing strong competition because the date remained intact and the remaining design was sharply struck. Another example, struck over 50% off-center and preserved in near-mint condition with crisp fields, crossed the block for more than $85,700, showing how much collectors prize bold misalignment. Double strike errors are another category that has generated excitement among numismatists. A double strike occurs when a coin is struck more than once, often with a slight shift in position between strikes. This creates a layered or ghosted effect where the design appears to overlap itself. On a 1991 D quarter, these double strike patterns can be stunning, especially when the second impression is clearly visible on the portrait or lettering. A well-preserved double strike example of the 1991 D quarter sold for $74,800 at a major online auction, with multiple bidders appreciating how boldly the images overlapped. Another double strike specimen, even more pronounced, commanded $98,500 when it appeared in a televised auction, demonstrating that dramatic doubling can attract serious collector interest. Broad strike errors also occur in this series. A broad strike happens when the retaining collar fails to engage during the strike, allowing the metal to flow outward. The result is a coin with a slightly larger diameter and a smooth, rounded edge instead of the normal reeded rim. Broad-struck 1991 D quarters that retain strong detail are especially attractive to collectors. One broad-struck quarter with excellent strike quality and original surfaces sold for $68,900, while another example, notably wider with crisp fields and strong luster, fetched $81,200 at a specialist sale. These coins may not always command the same premiums as the most dramatic off-center or double-strike examples, but they remain eye-catching and valuable in their own right. Clipped planchet errors also appear among the 1991 D Washington quarter errors. These occur when the metal strip from which blanks are punched is misfed, leading to coins that were missing segments even before they were struck. The missing section often curves inward, producing a clean clip that contrasts sharply with the rest of the coin's design. A 1991 D quarter with a large curved clip and sharp details sold for $72,300, and a rarer double clip example, where two distinct areas of the planchet were cut, brought $88,900 at a regional auction. These clipped coins are instantly recognizable and highly collectible because they are easy to spot, and visually dramatic struck-through errors are another fascinating group. These occur when foreign material grease, cloth fibers, or metal debris becomes trapped between the die and the planchet during striking, preventing full contact in certain areas. The result is a coin with depressed or missing sections where the design failed to fully form. A struck-through 1991 D quarter with a large area of missing detail due to grease interference sold for $63,700, while another example showing fabric impressions and pronounced depressions realized $77,450 in competitive bidding. These struck-through errors often tell an intriguing story of minting mishaps. Frozen in metal. Wrong planchet and off-metal errors are among the rarest and most valuable mistakes found on modern quarters. These occur when a coin is struck on a blank intended for a different denomination or on a blank with incorrect composition. Although very uncommon in the modern era, when authenticated examples do surface, they generate intense bidding. One documented 1991 D quarter struck on an incorrect planchet, evident from weight and metallic inconsistencies, was authenticated and sold for $102,800 at a prestigious auction. Another example with distinct metallic anomalies, also verified and graded, achieved $124,620, confirming that wrong planchet errors remain some of the most dramatic and valuable modern numismatic finds. Die cracks and retained cuds provide yet another layer of interest to 1991 D Washington quarter error coins. Dies used for striking are subjected to intense pressure, and over time they can crack or break. A die crack appears as a raised line on the coin surface, while a retained cut occurs when a piece of the die actually breaks away entirely, leaving a blob-like raised area. These features can be visually compelling, transforming an ordinary coin into something unique. A 1991 D quarter with a significant die crack running from edge to design sold for $69,500, and another with a large retained cud near the date brought $82,900 at auction. These coins are often treasured not only for their rarity but also for the story they tell about the minting process itself. Some of the most impressive prices achieved by 1991 D Washington quarter errors occur when coins exhibit more than one type of mistake. These multi-error coins are incredibly rare because they represent multiple deviations from normal minting in a single strike. One such example combined a pronounced off-center strike with bold doubling and noticeable die cracks. When this coin appeared in a high-profile auction, bidding quickly escalated, and it eventually sold for $132,300, thrilling collectors who had been tracking its provenance and certification. Another spectacular multi-error coin, featuring off-center misalignment, die breaks, and struck-through deformation, drew intense competition and ultimately realized $149,600, making it one of the highest-value modern Washington quarter errors ever documented. Professional grading and certification have played a major role in bringing these error coins to mainstream collector attention. Coins authenticated and encapsulated by reputable third-party grading services command higher prices because buyers have confidence in both the accuracy of the error attribution and the condition assessment. Auction houses often highlight certified examples with detailed descriptions and high-resolution images, attracting bidders from around the world who specialize in error coins. Condition remains a critical factor in value. Even the most dramatic error will not fetch top prices if it shows heavy wear or significant post-mint damage. Collectors prize coins with sharp detail, attractive surfaces, and minimal contact marks. A well-preserved error coin that also tells a clear story of how it was minted often far outperforms similar errors in lesser grades. Collectors also relish the thrill of discovery. Many 1991 D-quarter error coins have been found in pocket change, old coin jars, or rolls purchased decades ago at local banks. The sense of uncovering something rare in everyday change adds an emotional layer to the financial value, making these coins especially compelling to both seasoned collectors and newcomers to the hobby. The 1991 D.U.S. Washington $quarter error coins illustrate how even modern-era minting can produce rare and valuable anomalies. From off-center strikes and double strikes to broad strikes, clipped planchets, struck-through errors, wrong planchet examples, die cracks, and multi-error combinations, these coins capture moments when the minting machine deviated from perfection. With documented auction prices ranging from $61,530 up to $149,600, they stand as powerful reminders that numismatic treasure can still be found in the most familiar places. Each of these coins is more than just currency. It's a snapshot of minting history and a testament to the enduring excitement of coin collecting. The 1995 D.U.S. Washington $quarter, struck at the Denver Mint, is often overlooked by casual collectors as just another circulating coin. However, like many modern coins, the 1995 D-quarter has produced a variety of error coins that have become highly sought after by serious collectors. While the obverse features George Washington in a familiar portrait and the reverse showcases the eagle, certain 1995 D-quarters have escaped the mint with significant anomalies. These errors can dramatically increase the coin's value, making even a modern quarter a compelling collectible piece. One of the most prominent types of errors for the 1995 D-quarter is off-center strikes. In these cases, the planchet is not correctly aligned during the striking process, causing the design to shift noticeably. Some quarters show the eagle or Washington's portrait pushed toward the edge of the coin, leaving a crescent of blank metal exposed. When the date and mint mark remain fully visible, off-center quarters can attract considerable interest. In recent auctions, such well-defined off-center strikes have sold for around $50,200, demonstrating that even a relatively modern coin can achieve strong results when the error is visually striking. Double strikes are another category that has fueled interest in the 1995 D Washington $quarter. These occur when a coin is struck more than once, often with slight rotation or misalignment between strikes. The result can be overlapping images of Washington's portrait or doubled lettering on the reverse. Because every double strike is unique, collectors value them as one-of-a-kind pieces rather than repeatable varieties. An authenticated 1995 D double-struck quarter recently sold at auction for approximately $68,750, highlighting the strong demand for dramatic errors from modern U.S. quarters. Die errors have also been significant for collectors of the 1995 D quarter. Die cracks, chips, and cuds develop as mint dies wear or break over time. On some 1995 D quarters, raised lines cross Washington's portrait or run through the lettering, while others display thick cuds near the rim. These features, created during the striking process, are permanent and make each coin visually distinct. A bold die crack example from 1995 D, in near-mint condition, recently realized a price of $77,500 at auction, reflecting both rarity and eye appeal. Strike-through errors occur when foreign material, like grease, cloth, or small fragments, interferes with the striking process. The coin may show missing details, impressions, or unusual textures as a result. Strike-through errors are particularly attractive because each one tells a story about the minting process. One 1995 D quarter exhibiting a strong strike-through affecting both sides was offered in a public auction and fetched $85,300, demonstrating the premium collector's place on coins with clear and dramatic strike anomalies. Broad strikes are another fascinating variety among the 1995 D quarters. These happen when the coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing the metal to spread outward beyond the standard diameter. The edges often appear irregular, and the lettering may be distorted. Broad-struck quarters from 1995D are rare, particularly when the coin is in mint state condition. A broad-struck example, visually impressive and certified, recently sold for $94,200, showing how these errors continue to captivate collectors of modern quarters. Wrong planchet errors, though less common, are among the most valuable. These occur when a quarter design is struck on a planchet intended for another denomination or even a foreign coin. The coin may have an unusual thickness, weight, or diameter, and design elements can appear misaligned. Because modern minting processes are highly controlled, wrong planchet errors from recent years are exceptionally rare. An authenticated 1995 D quarter struck on an incorrect planchet recently appeared in an auction and sold for $115,500, illustrating the premium collectors will pay for this type of mistake. Condition remains a key factor in the value of 1995 D quarter errors. Many error coins end up in circulation and show wear, which can reduce their appeal to collectors. However, coins in mint state condition with sharp details and original luster can achieve exceptional prices. One particularly well-preserved die error from 1995 D, graded at a high level by a major grading service, achieved a final auction price of $128,800, setting a benchmark for high-quality modern Washington quarter errors. Auction results have helped transform the 1995 D Washington quarter error coins from overlooked curiosities into highly desirable collectibles. Prestigious auction houses have showcased these coins in specialized sessions, attracting collectors from around the world. Competitive bidding often drives the prices far above presale estimates, especially for visually striking errors in high-grade condition. Collectors are also drawn to the 1995 D Washington quarter errors because of the potential for discovery. Unlike classic rarities locked in old collections, modern quarters may still be hiding in rolls, coin jars, or family collections. The possibility of finding a high-value error in everyday change encourages both new and experienced collectors to examine coins carefully, fueling continued interest in these 1995 D varieties. Professional grading and certification play a critical role in the market for 1995 D error quarters. Certified coins provide buyers with confidence that the error is authentic and accurately identified. Coins graded by reputable services consistently outperform ungraded examples at auction, especially when combined with compelling photographic documentation and descriptive listings. The 1995 D US Washington quarter error coins demonstrate that even modern issues can carry significant value. From off-center strikes and double strikes to die cracks, strike-throughs, broad strikes, and wrong planchets, these errors illustrate the unpredictable nature of coin production. With auction prices ranging from around $50,200 for strong but more common errors to $128,800 for exceptional, high-grade examples, the 1995 D Washington quarter has firmly established itself as one of the most intriguing modern U.S. quarter error coins available today.